Hey there, how are you? So I just watched the Matt's video about notes, right? And I'm feeling like a little bit called out on this one because I have had the exact same problem, and probably as many of you as well who are tinkerers and hobbyists, right? You need to be able to take notes at the moment when they happen in your brain, right? The ideas don't wait. They just don't wait. They must be, written on a piece of paper if you have one with you. So usually we kind of don't, right? So all we have with ourselves is a phone. Whether it's a little bit dummy phone or a smarter phone, it is a phone, right? We all have one, and rarely we will have a pen and paper at all times with us, and even less a laptop, right? So for years, literally, I have had this problem, and I have always been overthinking it. And so did Matt. I will tell you right now, he is still overthinking it. And let me just give you an example of what I'm doing right now. So I do need to be able to write a note whenever the note happens in my brain. I do need to be able to organize them so that on its own is already getting a conflict, right? And I need to be able to write a note while driving a car, and I'm not even kidding. So this one is extremely complex one, and let me just skip it all. Let me just skip all of it that I have been overthinking in my head for the past few years, and I'm gonna just present my current solution, which is still not ideal, but I'm getting somewhere. So this is it. Like, give me a second to switch to another screen. So this is the final form that I am trying to make for myself. So I do have some, it's a mumbo jumbo folder, but I'm still working on it. So the way I do it is, as the final form, right, is I just use the org mode, which I'm still not good at, but I'm doing it. So Emacs client, this is my shortcut, right? So let me pick, let's do arcade cabinet. This is one of my projects that I'm working on in my head. And let me just see if I can zoom in a little bit. Let's zoom in. This should be fine. So it doesn't really matter that this is not in English. It's just that the up there, I have a topic, I have a date when I started thinking about it, and of course it's a little bit older, but I'm still kind of thinking about it. And I have some topics here, and they have a percentage, right? And the 0% of course means that I haven't still started actually working on this. And I have another topic and another topic, and these are all related one to each other, right? So, for example, find the drawings, right, for making my own arcade cabinet. This is a to-do. So when you're done with this particular line here, right, you just press Control C and T, and it turns into done, right? And the percentage here, it turns to 25%. And for example, when I buy a Sony Trinitron TV, I just press Control C and T, and this is done. And the percentage of the whole topic here turns into 50%. If for some reason this is no longer an active topic, let's say that it doesn't matter which lines these are. Let's say that I don't plan to do this line anymore for whatever reason. I can just CT it twice, and it is no longer a to-do, right? And the whole percentage jumps even higher because I now have most of it done from these topics, right? Okay, so that's about the final form, right? And let's go into the reverse, right? The car. The car was actually a major pain point until I realized something super simple. while I'm driving. I don't know if you're driving a lot, or not at all. So if not, I guess ignore this one. But while I'm doing something super idle, like driving a car, taking a shower, or something else that it's relatively unproductive, right? But it must be done. Then I have all sorts of idea in my head, and I really can't hold them for too long, right, in my head. And I need a way to write them down. So while I'm driving a car, I just talk to my phone. I just call my built-in assistant in the phone, and I tell it to remind me about this and that when I get home, or in an hour or 2 hours or whatever, depending on your privacy settings and how comfortable are you to use these tools, right? And let's go back into the reverse once more. When I have my hands free, whether I'm in the office or out and about, of course, not driving, right? This is when I use Telegram. And I have this like a chat room with myself where I just type my note, and it's a clear text, plain text. And usually what I do is I don't send it to myself, but I hold the send button and I choose to send it to myself in 2 hours or in 3 hours or whenever I think I will be at home. So it basically pops up at a later time in the same day, or sometimes even another day when I think I will want to deal with this topic, and it just pops up like a message to myself that comes, from the past or from the future, or whatever you want to call it, right? That's when I usually sit at my PC and I just copy paste it all to my org mode in Emacs, and I'm really trying to make it neat and tidy, but it's a still work in progress, right? But basically the Telegram is like a proxy to the final form, which is Emacs org mode. And org mode is like it's as close as possible to a plain notepad kind of writing, like Nano or Vim or whatever. But it does have a tiny bit of tidiness, like extras, right? You just click a couple of shortcuts on your keyboard and it turns your lines into a to-do list. So that's kind of neat, and I really don't need much more than that. I don't need a special organization or whatever. So that's about it. And if I need it on two of my computers, because I do have a PC, a main one, and I do have a laptop, and I pretty much want them to be somewhat in sync. It's not always that relevant because I mostly work on the main one, but sometimes I do want to reach my stuff remotely. I just do a Git sync, right? And that's pretty much all. I just want to say thanks to my Coffee channel supporter, that's Mislav, Chinmoku, Machine Gun, David S, and my latest channel supporters, channel members actually, Captain Farkis, HTX80 Nerd, Mark Carpenter, Del Anderson, and once again, Mislav. Thank you guys very much, and I'm gonna see you all in the next video.